Hey there, friends. How's it going? I want to announce today that my next course is available. It's live on my website at songnotes.net, and this is a beginner chord guide. This is something I've been working on the past month or so, chipping away week by week. And one of my goals with this is to, number one, just give you a sort of compendium, a library of all the common chord shapes you're going to run into when you're getting started with guitar, especially. Pretty much everything leading up to bar chords, right? All the open major chords, the minor chords you want to know, the seventh chord variations of all those, the bar chords that you'll run into first. I have a bunch of videos showing you alternatives to these bar chords, showing you sort of easier ways to play them that don't require barring, and then also spending a little bit of time looking at the chords in each key, right? Because every key we play in has its own unique set of chords, and I'll give you some tips on thinking about those. So as of now, I believe, so there's 20 lessons total. It's around 30 videos, over 2 hours of video content, and a bunch of PDFs. So you see here just a sort of big picture view of all these PDFs that I've made to accompany things. I want to show you the ropes though, show you around and explain sort of how to use this course. So this course is not like the practical music theory where you start with one concept and you build on it and you build on it and you build on it. I think for some courses, especially ones I want to make in the future, that's a totally valid way to approach things. For chords, though, I think of this mainly as I do have a few videos giving you context, explaining, mindset and how to think about chords, thoughts on which chords to learn first, and practicing chord changes. So there's some good stuff just that gives kind of an overview on approaching chords. I want to add to this over time, but this is a good series of videos to start with. But short of that, otherwise, we get into each of the individual chords. And now, it's more than me just showing you how to play it. I do have at the top of each chord page, I do have a short video showing you how to play it. But under that, there's a bunch more stuff below the surface. So one is my PDF for each chord. And again, the first page, it gives you the sort of overview of where to put your fingers. But pages 2 and 3 are going to give you some helpful context. For example, for each chord, I'll show you what I'm calling like common modifications or must-know ways to sort of embellish, whether you're adding a note, removing a note. For every chord, there's like a different little grab bag of little tricks you can do. And I'll show you each of those. I have my, the second video on each page will walk through each of these. Basically, this is a great way if you want to just spice up your playing a little bit and not just strum the full chord all the time. Definitely watch this video. Again, I have this on each chord page. And then I also have suggested chords to practice when you're learning any of these chords. So for example, when you're learning the C major chord, I'll show you how you can, and I recommend practicing it with these other chords. Partially because these other chords are like complementary as far as where your fingers are positioned. Like in lots of these cases, your left index finger, for example, is in the same spot. But also, and more importantly, the idea that these other chords you combine it with are often used with C major, right? Because no chord lives on an island, as I say. Like you're always playing multiple chords in any given song. And being able to switch to and from chords is a really, really important part. So for each chord, the PDF will show you these combinations, these modifications, and also the sort of use cases. Which keys are you going to use this chord in? I think this is really important because, like I said, a little bit in my practical music theory course, whenever we're playing guitar, we're in a certain key, and then that key has its own chords which make it sort of unique, right? So for example, if you go to this lesson on chords in the key of C, there's a video explaining, I'm not teaching you how to play each of these chords here because I cover that in the other videos, but rather this will explain how to sort of think about the key of C. And the short example here is that F chord is the one bar chord in the key of C. And I'll give you some sort of just general tips for how to traverse that and how to combine it with all these other chords. There is a sort of PDF available for each key as well, like the cheat sheets that are key based. I kind of did this a couple years ago and I'm sort of dusting it off again. Again, I do want to improve these and add these over time, but this will be a good starter point. And then whenever you're on a page for a certain key, you get sort of the individual videos linked for if you need help with one of those chords, I'll help you out. And then also I have all the songs that use that key. So for example, if you're getting up to speed with the key of C and you feel like you are in a good place to play some songs, all these songs are using key of C chords. So basically, you learn 3 or 4 or 5 of those chords and you'll be able to play or get started with a lot of these songs. So this is all here for you. You just head on over to songnotes.net, click on courses. This is sort of the working course page I'm building out. These are my 2 featured courses at the moment. I am starting to stub out pages for my other for my other concepts that I teach. So Travis picking, for example, here's all the existing lessons I have showing you Travis picking stuff. I do want to, though, approach this from a more of a, where do I start if I want to get into Travis picking? I don't really have that just yet, but I'm going to get there. But taking this one thing at a time. But anyway, I'm excited to launch this. Check it out. For now, clicking on any of these will give you the video, and if there is a PDF, you can download it. You can also use this sidebar if you want to jump around. Again, if you know a lot of these chords, some of these might not be as valuable for you, but you can just jump around freely. And then my plan is, going forward, I'm excited because as I learn songs and continue to do song lessons, I'll be able to reference the videos in this course and then not have to explain how to play a D minor every time I'm doing a song that uses D minor. So this will sort of open up the gates for me as far as future things I work on, continuing to sort of just add this sort of evergreen content. So check it out. I hope you all find this helpful. I would love any feedback you have for sure. Anything that's missing in here. For example, seventh chords aren't something I really cover in this at the moment, but I really want to do that. I'm going to get to that. There's a few other just general getting started tips I also want to add on the topic of chords, but I'll get to those in time. I just wanted to launch this because I do think as is, this adds a lot of value. This one especially, if you're interested in looking for easier ways to play your F major, your F sharp minor, your B major, your B minor. Some new videos here showing you a bunch of non-bar alternatives, and then a multi-page PDF for each one showing you how to do that voicing. Okay, so check it out. I'm really excited. I have a few other song lessons I've been working on for a while. I'm going to get back to those, but I'm excited to launch this now, and I'm excited for y'all to check it out. But again, your feedback is greatly encouraged, and I always love to hear it. I kind of view these courses as kind of living things I want to keep adding to and improving, and there's a bunch more I want to get to over time as I also put out weekly lessons and everything. So that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Check it out. Let me know any feedback you have, any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, one little Easter egg too that I'm excited to look into, hopefully in the next month. There does seem to be a way, technically, for me to let you save lessons on my site that you want to come back to later. So that's something that I have to do some coding stuff to make it work, but the platform I'm using does have a sort of API thing, fancy under the hood stuff that will let me do that. So in the future, hopefully sooner than later, I do imagine a world where you can save your progress and you can mark lessons as complete or anything like that. So that's the kind of thing that I do want to get to for sure. So all that's coming. But again, I just want to get this out the door because I think it adds a great amount of value as is. So thank you all for your support as always, and let's keep on rocking. All right, bye-bye.